Welcome everyone. I am a psychic and an energy intuitive. If you're new here, welcome in. My name is Jane, and I created this channel to help with everyday life, to assist with relationships, love, understanding, advice, encouragement, and above all, healing. And this is what I call pick a card. So just decide which card you want. Don't overthink it. Whatever card draws and holds your attention, that's the main message for you. You can pick more than one card, of course. All my sessions are timeless, and whenever you find this, it's the right time for you to hear this message. If you need more time, just pause the video. This is group 1, group 2, and group 3. I'm going to move on to group 1. Welcome, group 1. So let's see what you've chosen. Okay. This card is called What the Sunbeams Have to Show. Now, I believe this is about the sun. Okay. Okay. Spirit wants me to stop here. They want me to bring out a card for you to read in the end. So let's see what card they're wanting here for you. This one, number 47, is it? 27. Holy. 27. So number 27. So that's the card here. Looks like a flower. You know, and these remind me of all the chakra colors. So, you know, I was actually thinking like sunburst, right? Okay. Let's see here. There's something about this Dreamweaver's card here that what the sunbeams have to show. Look at that, open it right to 18. This is about essential meaning is gentle illumination on things needed in order to progress, truth revealed when you are ready, curiosity, a flicker of an important idea. Okay, so it says something is flickering in your awareness now. There are some ideas, some niggling thought, some intuitive tingling, calling for your attention. Don't discard or deny it. This is a spark of inspiration asking you to follow it into a greater radiance. And they just said, okay, now is the time for exploration, for gaining clarity as the important pathways to your destiny are being illuminated and celebrated. Ask to be shown and it will be done. Okay, so that's all they wanted me to read out of that for you. So let's move on. This is from the tarot deck for like everyday type thing. Okay, so let's see what it says here. 4 knives. This card is about pausing and thinking and reflecting. And that's what they're advising you to do, because they're saying like this also is a warning too about don't spill your secrets to just anybody, and to be careful who you befriend, basically. So this is some kind of like warning. Yeah, this is really about pausing and resting as well, so that you can gain some strength to rejuvenate or whatever. So let's move on. Oh, and the sun. Oh my God, you got sun and sun again. So this also talks about pausing, nourishing yourself, about the importance of self-care. Okay, so what the sunbeams have to show you. Okay, so they want to show you something here. Is this card for this individual? They're saying this card is actually for you, because when I was this deck here, they asked me to bring out the architect deck, And this card, when I was doing my pre-shuffles, this card popped out Warrior, and they asked me to leave it out. And I was just like, well, which group is this for? And they said, you'll know at the time. So it's for this group here. So Warrior, they want me to light attributes are strength, skill, discipline, and toughness of will. Heroism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice in conquering the ego. So maybe this is you going into your shadow. See, this is what they call, like when you're dealing with your ego, it's looking on the bottom as God. They talk about the ego as, like you work on your shadow self. That's what that means. So on the top of the deck, when I finish, is Warrior, and on the bottom is God. So benevolence and compassion, recognizing the internal force within yourself and others. Yeah, you're on like a road to healing. Look, I split it on Prince. Okay. So let's see what Spirit wants you to know. Okay. Yeah, that's probably why they brought this card out, because this deck is about like it's about your light attributes and your shadow attributes. So that's you're probably doing some kind of shadow work at this time. So there's something that they want you to know here. I know I keep getting they keep drawing me back to this. So whatever this card here, this is like an important message in this one card here. Okay, Spirit, what is it that you want the group 1 to know here? It's about the shadow. They want to they're trying to shine the light is what I'm understanding here. Like what I believe, they're trying to shine the light on your shadow self. Maybe they're trying to get you to work on your shadow self. You could actually be already in the process of it, right? Because they're saying, like, give yourself this energy. Like, they have you surrounded by the sun. And then even here. Okay. Give yourself nourishment and rest. Student. Yeah, I think you've been doing a lot of humility and devotion to knowledge, openness to lifelong learning. Yeah, I think that you've been somebody. Oh, my goodness. Look, and behind that is monk. The light attribute, is selfless devotion and single-minded dedication to spirit. Yeah, I think you're somebody that's really, you're really working on your shadow self here. Look, and scribe is on the bottom. Preserving knowledge and information. Yeah, you're writing down, like, seeing he's even got this book here, right? And I think you're aware of Gaia and the importance of all this education. And then of course this yeah, I'm telling you, you're somebody that's really you're working on your shadow self. Okay, Spirit, what else do you want okay, so they're asking, oop, hold on, oh, I just dropped one of my crystals. They're asking me to bring out this animal oracle. Look, be on the bottom. Community. You are a powerful creator. Your work blesses everything you touch. Be open to receiving sweetness. You are the queen of abundance. Okay. And I split it on bear, which is power. I am indestructible. I honor my intuition and go where it leads. Love and gentleness are my real strength. I never give up. I will succeed. Oh, Spirit. Okay. Yeah, you're somebody that really knows how the universe and the importance. Look at that in the whale. Oh, it's really... Okay. Let's see here. All right. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know. What wisdom that they want to show you. Okay, Spirit. Look at that, the whale. I just finished showing you the whale. Sing healing songs for the world. Your inner navigation always guides you. Nothing can stop you or keep you from your goal. align with your purpose and the power of your soul. And that's what these are all talking about here too. Your devotion and dedication to spirit. Look, regeneration. I think you've been somebody that's going on, you've been doing a lot of uh cycles. Yeah, spirit, thank you. Because when it came up with the card here 18, I was in it, which other, or it could be 9. I was thinking, yeah, because that's like a cycle, right? And the sun, I think that's number 19. Yeah. So yeah, okay, spirit. So that, I'm pretty sure that's 19 in in all the tarot decks too. So you have 18 and then 19. So it's like this is your next step. I think it's dealing with your shadow self. That's the next. And I mean that can take a while, because dealing with your ego, wow, the egos can be a problem. They can be a very big problem. Okay, spirit, what's the next one? They're asking me to bring out a different deck for you because, oh, sorry for the noise. They want this Angels and Aura deck here. Okay. Oh my goodness, I split it. Look at that. Perfect timing. Auspicious, clockwork, planning, and patience. And seeing that's that shadow, the light and the shadow, just like they're showing here, because they have the sun on either side, but yet you're in the shadow. Oh, spirit. Okay, looking on the bottom is evolution. Yeah, you're evolving. Empowerment, transformations, protected, and preparedness. Yeah. Okay. Oops. This card doesn't want to go back into the deck. Like, what's going on here? Won't be surprised if that pops out. All right, spirit. Whales, they are they follow their intuition too. I mean, the ocean is very vast, but they follow that intuition, that instinct that they have to know where to go and when to leave a certain area, that follow the food, like the whole thing. They're just complete. So this tells me that you're somebody that is highly evolved. You're highly evolved and evolving. Oh my goodness, because look at the peace. You've renewed connections here too. Look at all the, and I was even saying about the chakras. Look, and that's what they're showing here, the chakras. And this even has the chakras, and it even shows like it's in a cycle. These are all these cycles that you go through. This is connected journey, balance, and clearing. And this one here is reunion, reconciliation, intimacy, and forgiveness. This is what you're going through. This is what you're doing. This is this shadow work that you've been doing. And on the bottom, Uriel's gold, passion, epiphany, entrepreneur, and driven. Yeah, just like it was saying, like you're never going to stop. You're never going to give up. Okay, spirit, is there anything else here? One more, what's that? I don't have that deck out. What deck is it then? Okay. They're asking me to bring out this deck here called Healing Waters. So let me just get this organized. Bear with me. They're having me pull these down off the shelf because I didn't. What's on the bottom? Ride the waves, life lessons, and growth. You will get through this. Okay, so the shadow work might be really hard for you right now. Whoa. The sweet waters. Sensuality, romance, enjoyment, fertility, and balance. So that's what they're doing. They're trying to have you balance out this work that you're doing. That's why they're shining all this light on it. And you'll notice that it's like the light and the dark, the light and the dark. You'll notice that, like even here, like they even have the light in the center. Do you want this one? Okay, so let's see here. I've only used this, I haven't used this deck very often, so let's see what the message is here. They had me split it, let it rain, allowing what is inevitable trust. And see how she's like relaxing, and she has all this the sun, the rainbows and whatnot around her. See, and that's what they're talking about, like with the sun here and the Four of Knives, is to stop, rest, and relax and rejuvenate. Okay. All right. Hold on. Let me just shuffle this a little bit. This is a new deck, so like I said, I haven't used it very often. Most of my decks are like that anyway. I have so many decks. Too many, I think. All right, Spirit, what is it that you want this group 1 to know here? Just one. Okay. Whoa. They keep flying in the air, but they're not coming out. They're a little sticky because it's a new deck yet again. All right. Here we go. Ride the waves. No joke, Spirit. That's what the one was on the bottom. Life lessons and growth. You will get through this. They do that a lot. Sometimes they just have me pull at the deck and it's the card that's on the bottom. And look, what's on the bottom again. No joke, Spirit. That's funny. I love how they do this. It's amazing. Follow the stream, dedication, trust, future rivers and oceans. No joke, because you have like, they're just talking about here that you're so single-minded and you're devoted to spirit. And your devotion to the, you know, this openness to lifelong learning. And then they have here the life lessons and the growth and the connection and the journey and the balancing. Like this is going to bring this balance to you here. And it comes right out and it'll bring you into a peace, because once you have that balance of dealing with your ego and confronting that ego and working through all that, that's going to bring this peace and balance within you. Okay, Spirit, is there anything else? They said, nope, just this card here. So just keep following whatever you're doing. Just keep doing it, because it's leading you into the right direction. And I know it might be difficult, you know, going through these, working through your shadow. It really sucks. Honestly, it does. 27. Let me read that one. Okay, here we go. Oh, knocking things down. Okay, here we go. Number 27. One more. Truth behind the images. Okay. Number 27. You know, and they're talking about that truth too, right? In the very beginning. Sometimes we believe that others tell us we are, oh, what? Sometimes we believe what others tell us we are, as though the self we see reflected through their eyes is somehow more compelling than what we know ourselves to be. Yet, the accuracy of the reflection depends on the clarity of that which is doing the reflecting. The moon can only reflect the sun in varying degrees of faithfulness. It is not a matter of ill will. It is the mechanics of the situation. Take care that you don't allow the images others form of you to interfere with your learning how to know. Validate and believe in yourself. And you know, and that's what they were talking about, all these life lessons and stuff, like, and the learning. Oh, wow, Spirit. You know, and this card came out in the very beginning, as you know, if you've been here from the beginning here. Okay, so believe in yourself. Yep. Attempting to see a full sun in the partiality of the moon doesn't lead to clarity. Turn your gaze inwards and seek a direct experience of your true nature. There you will find steady reassurance and peaceful strength. No joke, Spirit. I'm telling you, like, this is amazing. This is really amazing, because, you know what I mean? I think you might be doubting yourself a little bit, but this is like telling you how, you know, you just use all that experience and all that education, all that life learning lessons, you know what I mean? Like the life lessons, because that is your truth. And that is where all your knowledge is and all your strength. And with that, I hope this is very helpful to you. And I bid you good day. And I'm sending you love and light, and moving on to group 2. Welcome, group 2. So let's see what you've chosen here. This is number 43. When the ones you need fly close. Okay. All right. Spirit's asking me to bring out a card here that will be read at the end. Okay. So this is clearly about relationships, because when the ones you need fly close. All right, Spirit. Which card do you want here for group 2? All right, Spirit. Any time now? That's it. This one. I've never seen this card before, actually. What number is this? Number 19. Okay. Number 19. Let's see here. Okay, there's something in this card here that they want to mention. Let me find the book. Oh, there it is. Oh boy. Okay, here we go. Number 43. Last card in the entire thing. Nope, it's one of the last though. Okay, what does it you want them to know? Okay, soulmates, important friendships and allies, positive community, help comes when it's needed. Is there anything else here? Okay, they say some come into your life while wild passion causing you to fall madly in love and think you have found the one true partner. When this type of relationship doesn't last, you end up heartbroken and confused. These situations are potent invitations to discover your patterns so you can heal and become a more expanded, healthier version of yourself. Don't withdraw and simply blame the other for your pain. No matter the outcome or the period of time it lasts, your connections are all meaningful. It's how we all learn and grow. It's how we find courage to be intimate, to change, and to discover who we really are. Wow, Spirit. Okay, that's it. That's all they wanted you to know for that. So this is the, I just went blank, I'm sorry. This is the tarot deck for everyday life. So, Judgment, number 20, and this is where you're looking at past relationships and situations and feeling guilty even. This card is about to help you to release that self-judgment. Just what I was just reading from that card there. This is also, to help you to let go, and that you don't want to get stuck in this kind of energy for too long, trying to find some forgiveness even for yourself and to move forward. What one's this here? Ooh, 7 of Pentacles. This card talks about a lot of hard work that you might have put in, and they're advising you to put it behind you and not to dwell on things too much. You might also be looking back and thinking you might have missed out on a social life because you were working so hard all the time. Also they're saying that like you just lean into all the success that you've come into. And, this also talks about getting ready to move on. So I think you're getting to a point in your life that you're either going to start releasing the judgment, or you are in the process of doing that. Okay, Spirit, what else do you want? This deck here. They're asking for an architect here. So we're going to use this one. Look, and healers on the bottom. Or I split the deck, sorry. And it says here, let me look at the... Jeez, the lighting is terrible. No matter how much light I put on when I'm doing these readings, I never seem to get enough. Passion to serve others by repairing the body, mind, and spirit. Ability to help transform pain into healing. Look at that. To transform, they want you to transform that pain into healing. And you know, too, with the bees, the pollen that they, you know, turn into honey. I'm telling you, like, honey is a really healing. So you could be somebody that is some form of healer, or, oh, what's this here? Dedication to transcending physical limits, including handicaps, development of personal willpower, and strength of spirit. That's exactly what they were just saying here. Like, with the, even with the healer, and the healer's back on the bottom. What the card, Spirit? Spirit wants that card. Okay. Okay, Spirit. So there's some kind of healing that you're going through. And with this healing, you know, maybe you're bringing in, maybe you're using a healer. Because this talks about when you need the help, it will be there. So you're getting through this, doing this internal judgment thing for, like, you're reflecting back, and you are releasing some kind of self-judgment here. But you have some kind of dedication. Yeah, because you are working on the healing. Okay, Spirit, what else? I want one of these here. Cat. Independent. Yeah, because you're independent. And that's probably why you're looking back and being like, oh, did I miss out on a social life? You know, I've just been doing all this hard work. Look, and I split it. Look, so it's not two cats. Look. Jaguar, old soul. Walk through life with confidence and grace. You have the power from beyond the world. Focus on what you really want. You can create your dreams. Okay. You know, I just noticed in this card too, I didn't notice it before, but I noticed that it's like cut into sections here, into 4 sections. So, you know, that kind of gives me the 4 seasons kind of vibe. I don't know. And then all those colors also give me the chakra type, you know, they're healing the, you know, too, with the colors of this also gives me that, because like the yellow is your solar, where all that, the feelings and stuff are. And it's even showing these, like, looks like you're releasing these. This is, I think, where you're releasing as well. You know, and then the green is like your heart chakra, you know, and the red here and the orange. I mean, they're really showing all these chakra colors here. Okay, Spirit, what is the message that you want this individual, the group 2, to know? Okay, what's this, Spirit? This card, look at this, the bee. No joke. You know, so you have 2 bees and you have another bee. So community, you are a powerful creator. Your work blesses everything you touch. Be open to receiving sweetness. You are the queen of abundance. And that's what I was just talking about, how like they turn that honey into, like, and it's sweet and it's healing, you know, and it's a healing type thing. Oh my gosh, no, look at this, elk nobility. Celebrate your accomplishments with humility. And that's what I was saying, like this card here, like your success, about like lean into that success. You are crowned with success. No joke, Spirit. Powerful forces guide you. Your ability to conquer challenges is limitless. Oh That's amazing. Okay, Spirit. What else? That is so funny that they did that. Okay, so what is it that you want? You don't want this deck? Nope. Okay. They're asking me to pull out a deck here that I have put aside here. What is it? This one? Okay. Oops, oops. Okay, hold on, dropping them. Okay, that card flipped underneath. Let's see. The other one? Okay. Okay, they're asking me to bring out the Burning Heart Love Oracle. I am sorry I couldn't be what you needed me to be. Yes. So they're talking about how, like, when you're going back into this energy and looking in the back, you can just release yourself from that by saying, like, I'm sorry that I wasn't who you needed me to be. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not always, going to be that. I'm holding on to the memories of us. That's what you're doing. Look. And you just need to say, like, when you're looking at those memories, you just say, I'm sorry I couldn't be what you needed me to be. Forgive me, and I love you, and walk away. Because there's nothing more you can do, right? Okay, you wanted those cards, didn't you, Spirit? Okay, let's see what else, other message they have here for you. I want to treat you the way you deserve. You deserve better than them. That's spirit talking to you directly, saying that I want to treat you the way you deserve. You deserve better than them. So that's why they're no longer, that's why they're in your past and not in your present or in your future. I'm afraid of commitment. Okay. Is there anything else in this, Spirit? No. Okay. I sabotaged our connection because it was too intense. Okay. What did you want now? They're asking me to bring out what's the vibe, which I find is a little odd, but I think they're trying to show you, they want you to know, like, this is the energy that you've left behind. And maybe it's just some kind of reminder or something. Okay, let's see here. What do they want you to know out of this one, Spirit? Many. Oh, look, I didn't think it was the card. I pushed it back in. Look, greed, by any means necessary, inconsiderate. That is the energy that you look. Okay, Spirit, look. Look, this is their apology to you. Their arrogant, rash actions and insincere. And look, that's another cat. Wasn't this one that had, like, all the cats? Rash actions, insincere. Yeah. That's the energy that you're dealing with. Okay, Spirit, what else do you want them to know here? Which deck is that? They're asking me to bring out a different deck for you. I don't know what the deck is. What? Okay. All right. They're asking me to bring out this one. It's energy and spirit. So let's see here. Conscious steps. Considered action. Looking forward. Yeah. That's what they're talking about here. Like, going forward here. Your internal spirit, higher self, sacred intuition. Yeah, and then that would come right out underneath the healer. I think you're going, maybe they're advising you to go to a healer. Let's see here. What do you want them to know here? What group 2? Whoa, they flipped it out. Oh my gosh, the chakras, no joke. But it came in reverse, so that's saying that your chakras are not lined up. But I was talking about all your chakras up here. Power, truth, connection. I think they're advising you to work on your chakras, to be in your power and live in your truth and make that connection. And, they keep talking about the community and the connection and, feeling like you've missed out on some kind of social life or something. And that's why it came in reverse. And I was talking about all these chakras. I think you need to work on them. Okay. All right. Look, and then on the bottom again, it's kinship, community, your group. You know, I think you're going to find your people. I think that's what they're saying here. Like, you know, go to a healer, get your chakras all lined up, work on them. You can work on them individually. I mean, you can work on them just by wearing certain colors too. Look into about your chakras. Don't you knock them down, Luke. Okay, so they're asking me to bring this card out here, number 19. Let's see what they want here. Let's see. All right, Spirit. Oops. 19, light in the darkness. Okay. In its holistic wisdom, the soul will at times move through the darker sides of life to experience loss, suffering, and pain. No joke, Spirit. That's what this has all been about, right? Okay. Choosing to believe there is a higher purpose beyond that suffering can enhance your ability to accept and move through such experiences more swiftly, gaining wisdom through the process. Our soul's pearl is formed in deep challenges. This pearl is beyond price, grown through struggle, rare and hard won. This oracle asks you to recognize that something worthy and extraordinary develops within your soul as you move through your life. Do not give in to despair. Honor your suffering as a way to learn about yourself, but do not believe it is reflective of the bigger picture, nor the deciding factor in your ultimate happiness. Though you may not quite see or feel it at this moment, something very precious is happening within your heart. Hold tight. You will emerge from this victorious on so many levels. No joke, Spirit. Wow. Okay, so this is this is all about your chakras. If you start working on your chakras, this will help you with your healing. And going to a healer, like a spiritual healer, I can tell you a fascinating story about that, but I guess that's for another time. But I hope this finds you well. I hope this helps aid you on your process of expanding and growing as a human and evolving, basically. So I'm going to bid you a good day, and I hope this video finds you well, and sending you love and light. I'm now moving on to group 3. Welcome, group 3. Let's see what you've chosen here. Number 38. If the taste of sweet and good. If the taste is sweet and good. That's like honey dripping into a bowl. You know, this might be a continuation from the last one, because the last one had the bees. Okay, so they're asking me to bring out one of these cards here, and it will be right at the very end. The new here. Oh, okay. This card popped out here. Ooh, what number is this? Oh, there's something just got on my card. That's weird, because my table's clean. I don't know how this, something just flicked on my card. Okay, this is number 21. Oh, it's on this side too. What's going on with my card? Oh, I think the dog might have put her nose on the card or something. Okay, so this is number 21. Number 21. Okay. All right, they're asking, oops, sorry. I don't know what I was thinking there. Just kind of went off. Okay, so, oops, sorry. Oh, there's 3 tarot cards here. These tarot cards are for like everyday type tarot cards. So let's see here. 5 of Cups. This is like a helpful warning to take a step back. This talks about how things have been really rough, or they're going to be. Okay, so let's see what else we have here. Death. Okay, so the Death card is about starting a new cycle, a rebirth, basically. And the Ace of Cups. Okay, so you could be starting like a new business or personal relationship, or it's the ending of an old thing, because where this is here, I'm going to say that you've either been through something really rough and that you're now going to have some kind of ending to this old situation and start something new. So I don't know what this tough situation's been. The cards might tell us a little bit about it. Sometimes they touch base on it just so that you can resonate with it more. Now, this Ace of Cups here, this is about the start of something special, something that will make you feel really good though, right? Perhaps an ending to a stressful problem. So that just kind of all really lines up, really. Either way, this is all about like, you get ready because your cup is soon going to be overflowing. Oh yeah, look, I just realized, because they're filling the cup over here behind the scenes is what I heard. What's going on behind the scenes, because you don't really see. They want to read something out of this here. Like a beehive, you see the bees, but you don't really see what goes on behind. Like, let's see. There's something in this that they want you to know. 38. Oh, look at that. So the essential meaning, when things are as good as when things are as good as they seem, the blessings of life, being thankful for success, grace. Slow down and savor this moment. It will not last, nor should it, but it does invite your full and absolute attention. Who are you to deny gifts? There are moments in life where the harmony of the universe sings through our bones. Oh my goodness, our bones, in such a way that life and you're part of it just seems to make sense. Let it. Okay, so that's where they're talking about how you might not understand how you're managing these or how you're getting through it, or I just I heard the word a miracle. Like it's a miracle that things are working out, or how they've been able to work out. And I think that's what this card is talking about here, the Dreamweaver's deck here. To savor the moment, because it will not last, and nor should it. So whatever's coming, or whatever you've been through, it's not going, you know what I mean? It's almost to the end. It's not going to last forever, because it's a cycle. Nothing ever lasts forever. It's a cycle, right? Everything's a cycle. Okay. Let me see here. Oh my goodness, my wheel is stuck on something. Hold on. Okay, I don't know what that was. All right, Spirit, you want this one? No, which one? Oh, the Architect one. Yeah, this one's a little bit different from over here, because an artist expressing a dimension of life that is just beyond the five senses, inspiring others to see life symbolically. Okay, so they're talking about looking for the signs and symbols that are being shown to you along the way. Okay. So, I mean, things might have been really rough for you, but I think things might be coming. You're coming into a new cycle. Okay, Spirit. What is this here? Pioneer. Passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. So finding something that you love, right? And you know what? That's, when you're doing things that you love, it doesn't feel like work. Oh, Hermit. Seek solitude to focus intently on inner life, serves personal creativity. That might have been from this. Like, I think you've come from that though. You're coming out of that. Is there another one here? Knight, loyalty, romance, and chivalry. a love of honor. And there you go. Like you have that, like they're talking about this love again. Is there anything else here? Okay, I just heard no. All right. Put that aside. They want an animal oracle for here. No joke. Elk. I'm going to tell you because I shuffled this deck after I did this group 2, but this kept coming out in group 2. And I shuffled this. It was on the bottom and I shuffled it. And now it's back on the bottom. Celebrate your accomplishments with humility. You are crowned with success. Powerful forces guide you. Your ability to conquer challenges is limitless. So yeah, you've been through a lot, right? Okay, Spirit. Let's see what else is here. Okay, Spirit. Oh my gosh, look at this. The inner know intuitive. I'm telling you because you want all 3? Okay, I think this is a continuation from the last reading because this card also came out and then this is the honey and then you have the bee and then they have the 2 other cards behind it and Spirit didn't do that for others. And you also have 3 here too. So number 3 could be a number that you see a lot of. Maybe that's one of the signs or symbols. Okay, or bees even. Okay, Spirit, let's see here. So it's community. You are a powerful creator. Look, and they were just talking about you doing some kind of creative thing here. Your work blesses everything you touch. Didn't the elk say something to that effect too? Be open to receiving sweetness. You are the queen of abundance. Spirit. Okay. And then you have the loon, intuitive. Listen to the song of your soul. Trust your intuition as you have a way of knowing. Emerge from the busy life and seek more solitude. Recognize that you are unique and that you are loved. Like I'm telling you, I think maybe these could be some of the things that you're seeing. I think they've been showing you signs and symbols. Okay. You know, and they were talking about how like the overflowing, like the Ace of Cups is all about the overflowing. And then you have like the bowl here and then like obviously like all this dripping. And then you have like all the water too. So the goose, look at that inner knowing. You are a brave traveler. Your soul knows the way. Be confident you will achieve your destination. Loyal friends are always with you. Don't worry. You are blessed. Let yourself fly. See, and that's where they're trying to tell you that your guides and your angels and your past loved ones are always with you. Yeah, and Independent came out too again. That I think was in the last reading. The cats have been really prominent in this reading. All right, Spirit, what else do you want here? Okay, they're asking me to bring out one of these magic cards. Look, the sun. The golden energy of the sun brings fame and fortune. Look, and that comes right out under Pioneer. All right, Spirit. You know, there's a lot of yellow here too. Like you got the sun, you got the one enchanted evening, the perfect night. This card? Okay, I'm just going to see here. All right, Spirit. Ooh. You know, I think like I'm looking at all these colors and the colors are so similar. You know, I just keep thinking about how, oh, I just realized that that is like a sunflower that bee is on. Like these colors are like, it's reminding me of like the light and the dark. On target. Look at that. You're on target though. You're following your ideal life path. Number 31. Look, and underneath on the bottom here, it's Drink of 5. This is the manifesting money and income. This is some kind of idea that you have. You're on target, though. They're telling you just to keep following your intuition. You're going to be manifesting something. Is there anything else here for this one, Spirit? No. Okay. So, number 21. Number 21. Let's see here. Number 21. Magic in her method. And I'm going to tell you that this deck here, this is called Making Magic Oracle. And then this card here is Magic in Her Method. The sacred feminine, the goddess, is a supreme creatrix, capable of beautifully timed manifestations. Oh my God, and that's what that was just talking about, was your manifesting. Right? They want me to read that to you. Number 31. There's something in this here before I read that. Number 31. Yeah, this is manifest your dreams. It says here, the method you choose to help and inspire is up to you. It could be emotional, practical, physical, mental, or spiritual support. That's what I was just saying, like your spirit, you have the spiritual support. When we are on our correct life path, things are comfortable and joyful, but just the right amount of challenge to keep things interesting. If constant obstacles are being encountered along your with intense negative feelings, some changes are required. One of the best ways to work out if you are on the right path is to actively seek guidance from your higher self. That's using your intuition and your inner knowing, Spirit. Listen to those inner whispers, which will be positive and reassuring and accompanied by a feeling of ease. Yeah, so what they were saying here is that, you know, like when life is like this, when you're going through like all this like hardship and turmoil, that is because you're not on the right path. That is to switch you to a new path. And I know it sounds like a crazy concept, but really it's really what's happening, because it's like you've learned everything you can on whatever you in whatever part of life that you're in right now. You've learned all that you can learn from it. So they create, you know, like, so this turmoil is created for you to like break away from that and move on, because humans will not change unless life is kicking them in the teeth. You know what I mean? Because humans don't like change, and I don't know why that is. It's just something that's embedded in us. But really, and you know, the cycles of life, it's really not something to really dread. Okay, so they want me to read this one now. Okay, so according to higher work, okay, I'm gonna have to reread it. The sacred feminine, the goddess, is a supreme creatrix, capable of beautifully timed manifestations. According to higher workings of wisdom and generous, good-natured genius, as she works in spirals rather than linearly. And that's why I was, you notice I was doing this. Didn't realize it then. Okay. The cycles, I was talking about the cycles, right? Okay. As she works in spirals rather than linearly. Yeah. There can be moments in our creative manifestation process where we might feel further than ever from what we are seeking. Yet, in a short time, we will find ourselves in the right place at the right moment, and seemingly out of nowhere, things fall into place. Do not give in to the voices of doom and gloom and say, it should have happened by now, so it won't happen at all. Fortunately, the marvelous methods of the goddess cannot be constrained by the ominous predictions of humankind. Trust in her wild ways. Yeah, so that's why they're bringing in the birds, because like things can come in so quickly, right? Like even though it takes time for the bee to create, to go through the seasons and wait for the pollen to come out and then extract that pollen and create the honey, like that is like a time that takes time. But then all of a sudden it's just like, a whole new season. Things are like rushing in a different way. You know what I'm saying? And they even have these little chicks here as like the rebirth, right? Okay, Spirit, this is a really good message. I hope this message helps you and finds you well. And I bid you a good day. And I'm sending love and light.